chosen one, this message didn't find you by accident. I know you weren't planning to watch this for long. You may have clicked out of curiosity, or maybe because your heart feels heavy and tired, but something inside you told you to stay. And that's important, because what I'm about to share speaks directly to what you've been carrying in silence. Stay with me. Don't leave yet. This matters for you. Pause. There are things you have done that no one applauded. Prayers whispered in the dark. Kindness given when you were exhausted. Integrity chosen when it cost you something. You did the right thing even when it felt like it didn't matter. And sometimes you wondered if God even noticed. Breathe. You showed up when it would have been easier to walk away. You stayed faithful when no one was watching. You kept loving when you felt unseen. That kind of obedience is quiet. It doesn't announce itself, but heaven records it. And God has not forgotten you. I know you've been tired, not just physically, but deep in your soul. Tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of doing the right thing and feeling like nothing changes. There were moments you almost gave up. Moments when you thought, what's the point? But even then, you didn't turn bitter. You kept your heart soft. And that tells me something about you. You are someone God can trust. Not with attention, but with responsibility. Not with shortcuts, but with process. That's why your journey has looked slower than others. God wasn't delaying you, He was shaping you. Pause, you see. Reward from God doesn't always come quickly. It comes correctly. And what He is preparing to release into your life requires maturity, depth, and character. That's why He let you walk through seasons where applause was absent, where validation was scarce, where it felt like you were pouring out with nothing coming back. But nothing you did in secret was wasted. Nothing. There were tears you cried alone that became prayers. There were sacrifices you made quietly that built spiritual weight. There were moments you chose obedience over comfort that heaven marked. You may not have seen immediate fruit, but roots were growing, deep roots. Breathe, stay with me, because this next part is going to help you understand why the silence was necessary. God often hides His greatest work in unseen places. Before promotion comes preparation. Before elevation comes isolation. You weren't being ignored, you were being protected. Protected from pride. Protected from distraction. Protected from receiving something before you were ready to steward it. And you passed the test without knowing you were being tested. Think about it. You kept praying even when answers delayed. You stayed kind even when people misunderstood you. You remained faithful even when no one thanked you. That kind of faith is rare, and God honors it. There is a reward coming that won't need explanation. A peace you didn't force. A door you didn't beg for. A breakthrough that feels gentle, not chaotic. It will arrive quietly, just like your obedience did. Pause, you may not realize this yet, but heaven has been watching you closely. Not to judge you, but to prepare you. Angels don't rush assignments. They move when God says, now. And that now is closer than you think. I know part of you is afraid to hope again. You've been disappointed before. You don't want to expect something and feel foolish. But hear me gently. God is not careless with your heart. He would not allow you to endure this much without intention. Your reward is not random. It's specific. You didn't just endure pain, you grew through it. You didn't just survive, you softened. You didn't just wait, you learned how to trust. That's why the reward coming will not destroy you. It will bless you. breathe, stay with me. Don't drift away now, because we're about to talk about what God does with people who remain faithful in secret. And this is where everything begins to make sense. To make sense in a way that doesn't overwhelm you. Pause, because God is gentle like that. He doesn't drop revelation on you in a way that breaks you. He unfolds it slowly, layer by layer, so your heart can receive it. And right now, He's inviting you to see your past differently. Not through disappointment, but through purpose. Breathe. There were seasons when you felt hidden. Not just unseen by people, but unseen by life itself. Opportunities passed you by. Others seemed to move ahead effortlessly. And you were left wondering why your path felt so narrow. But hidden doesn't mean forgotten. Hidden often means protected. God hides what is precious. Seeds grow underground before they ever touch the light. And you have been growing in places no one else could see. I know there were days you questioned yourself. Days when you asked God, did I hear you wrong? Did I waste my time? Was any of this worth it? Those questions didn't offend God. They revealed your humanity. And still, you stayed. That matters more than you know. You see, anyone can be faithful when things are visible. Anyone can praise when the results are immediate. But it takes a different kind of heart to stay obedient when the reward is invisible. And God looks closely at that kind of heart. Pause. There were moments you could have compromised. Moments when cutting corners would have been easier. Moments when you could have chosen yourself at the expense of your integrity. But you didn't, even when no one would have known. That's what heaven noticed. God is not just preparing a reward for you. He is preparing you for the weight of the reward. Because blessing without readiness can become burden. And God refuses to burden you. So He slowed the process. He deepened you. He refined you, not to punish you, but to preserve you. Breathe. You may not feel strong. You may not feel impressive. But strength isn't always loud. Sometimes strength looks like consistency, like waking up and trying again, like praying even when you feel dry, like choosing hope when disappointment feels safer. That is strength. And it has been forming in you for a long time. There is something sacred about what you did in secret. The way you forgave without being asked. The way you gave without expecting return. The way you stayed humble when you could have grown hard. Those moments shaped your spirit, and your spirit is now ready for increase. Stay with me. This next truth is one you need to hear slowly. God does not reward noise. He rewards faithfulness. He rewards obedience. He rewards surrender. He rewards hearts that choose Him when there is nothing to gain. And you chose Him again and again. Pause. You didn't always feel close to God. Sometimes prayer felt quiet. Sometimes scripture felt distant. Sometimes worship felt heavy. But you stayed connected. You didn't walk away. You didn't close your heart. You didn't let disappointment turn into bitterness. That restraint is something God treasures. And now, something is shifting. You may not see it yet, but you can feel it. A subtle lightness, a quiet expectancy, a sense that something good is approaching gently. That feeling isn't imagination, it's alignment. The season of sowing in silence is giving way to a season of seeing. Not everything at once, not in overwhelming ways, but in clear, steady moments that confirm you are never alone. You're going to start noticing small confirmations, unexpected conversations, doors opening without force, peace replacing anxiety in situations that once drained you. These are signs, not to rush you, but to reassure you. Breathe. God knows exactly what you sacrificed. He knows the prayers you never shared with anyone. He knows the tears you wiped away before facing the world. And He knows how to restore what was given up without reopening wounds. Your reward will not reopen pain. It will heal it. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to announce yourself. What God is releasing toward you will find you right where you are. Because it was never about position. It was about posture. And your posture has been right. Pause. Stay with me just a little longer. Because there is a moment ahead where you'll look back and finally understand why. God asked you to stay faithful when no one was watching. And when that moment comes, you won't feel proud. You'll feel grateful. Grateful that God trusted you with what was hidden. Grateful that you didn't give up. Grateful that obedience had a purpose all along. Breathe. Your season of quiet obedience is not ending in silence. It's transitioning into fulfillment. And it will arrive in a way that feels like peace, not pressure. Like confirmation, not chaos. And that realization is beginning to settle in you right now. Right now, pause, and as that realization settles, something else begins to soften inside you. You stop replaying old moments, wondering what you could have done differently. You stop questioning whether your effort mattered, because deep down, you're beginning to sense that God saw everything, even the moments you forgot. Breathe. There were nights you lay awake, thinking about how much you had poured out, time, energy, love, faith, and it felt like nothing came back. But heaven never measures the way the world does. What looked like loss to you was actually investment. And God is faithful to return what was invested in love. You were faithful when it was inconvenient. You showed compassion when you were running on empty. You chose integrity when compromise would have benefited you. Those choices shaped your spirit. They taught you how to carry weight without becoming heavy. And that matters now, because what God is about to release into your life is not fragile, it's stable. It doesn't require you to hustle to keep it. It doesn't demand that you perform. It doesn't ask you to sacrifice your peace. It fits the person you've become. Pause. You might have noticed that you're less reactive these days. Things that once triggered, you don't have the same power. Not because you're numb, but because you're healed. Healing doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like calm. And calm is a sign that your soul has found safety. God has been building safety inside you, safety that allows blessing to stay. Because anything God gives you, He wants to remain fruitful, not fleeting. And fruit needs rest to grow. You've learned rest. There were moments you felt overlooked. Moments when recognition went elsewhere. Moments when you wondered if your quiet efforts even registered. But God saw what others missed. And God values what others ignore. Stay with me. This is important. Because there is a difference between being unseen by people and being unseen by God. You were never unseen by God. You were simply unseen by noise. And God often removes noise so He can work without interference. Breathe. Your obedience in secret was building something solid, something unshakable, while others were building platforms. You were building character, while others were chasing visibility. You were cultivating depth, and depth supports longevity. There is a steadiness in you now, a quiet confidence. You don't feel the need to announce your faith. You don't need constant affirmation. You know who you belong to, and that knowing is more powerful than approval. God has been watching how you handle silence. Silence reveals motives, and in silence, your heart stayed true. That's why the reward coming will not confuse you. It will feel right. You won't have to second guess it. You won't have to wonder if it's too good to be true. There will be peace attached to it. And peace is always God's signature. Pause. You might still feel moments of hesitation, moments when you wonder if you deserve what's coming. Let me tell you gently, you didn't earn this by being perfect. You prepared for it by being faithful. And faithfulness moves heaven. God is not rewarding you to impress others. He is rewarding you to restore you, to show you that obedience was never pointless, to remind you that He is a God who sees in secret and responds with care. There is also something else happening. Your capacity is expanding. What once overwhelmed you will soon feel manageable. What once felt heavy will feel purposeful, because God increases capacity before He increases responsibility, and your capacity has grown. Stay with me a little longer, because the next truth is something you need to hear. Calmly, God is not rushing this reward. He is timing it, timing that protects your peace, timing that honors your growth, timing that aligns with your healing. Nothing is late, nothing is missing. Breathe. Your season of quiet faithfulness is not ending abruptly. It's unfolding gently. And when the reward appears, it won't shock you. It will feel like recognition from the one who always knew your name. Pause. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not unseen. And what you did in secret is about to be acknowledged in a way that brings peace to every part of your heart. To every part of your heart. Pause. And when that peace begins to touch places that once held disappointment, you'll realize something gently shifting inside you. You're no longer asking, when will God show up for me? You're beginning to trust that He already has. Breathe. There is a quiet confidence forming in you now. Not confidence that needs to be seen, not confidence that needs applause, but the kind that lets you rest even when nothing is happening on the surface. That confidence was born from seasons where you had no choice but to trust God completely. And that trust has changed you. You don't panic the way you used to. You don't spiral as quickly. When uncertainty comes, you pause, you breathe, you remember how God carried you before. That memory has become your anchor. God has been teaching you how to wait without losing yourself. That is a rare skill. Waiting often makes people bitter or desperate or withdrawn. But waiting made you wiser. It taught you discernment. It taught you boundaries. It taught you how to hear God's voice without needing constant confirmation. And that matters now, because the reward God brings will require discernment. Not everything that looks good will be meant for you. Not every open door will be your door. And you now have the clarity to know the difference. Pause. You are no longer impressed by urgency. You've learned that what's from God doesn't pressure you. It invites you. It gives you space to say yes with peace. And that's how you'll recognize what's meant for you. There is also something else God has healed your relationship with. Expectation. You no longer expect disappointment as default. You no longer brace yourself for things to go wrong. You've learned how to hope without fear. That took time, that took healing. And God walked you through it slowly because your heart mattered too. Him. Breathe. You might notice that joy feels different now. It's quieter, less fragile, more rooted. You don't cling to it, it stays. That's a sign that your soul has stabilized. And stable souls can carry blessing well. God is not about to overwhelm you. He is about to affirm you. Affirm that your obedience mattered. Affirm that your faithfulness was seen. Affirm that your tears were counted, not with spectacle, but with substance. There will be moments soon that feel strangely simple. things falling into place without struggle, answers coming without striving, relief replacing tension. And you may wonder, why does this feel so easy? Because ease is not absence of effort, it's presence of alignment, and you are aligned. Pause, you're also learning how to let go of what no longer fits. Old expectations, old labels, old versions of yourself. You're not clinging to them anymore. You're releasing them with grace. That release is making room. Stay with me, because what God is doing next is not just external, it's relational. You're going to experience healthier connections, conversations that feel mutual, support that doesn't drain you, love that doesn't confuse you. This is part of the reward. God is restoring balance. You gave much of yourself before without receiving now. He is teaching you how to receive without guilt. That lesson was necessary, because what's coming will require you to accept good things without questioning them. Breathe, there is no rush in God's movement, only intention. And right now, His intention is to settle you, to root you, to reassure you, so that when increase comes, it doesn't disrupt your peace, it builds upon it. You may still have moments when old doubts try to resurface, but now you know how to sit with them without letting them lead. You've learned that feelings are information, not instructions. That wisdom was learned in secret. Your obedience behind closed doors taught you how to stand firm without needing an audience. And God honors that posture. He trusts you with quiet blessings, blessings that don't need explanation, blessings that don't fade. Pause, you are closer now than you've ever been. Not closer to recognition, but closer to rest. And rest is where God often releases what we've been waiting for. Let that sink in. Breathe as your heart settles into this truth. You may feel something subtle yet powerful. Relief, not because everything is perfect, but because you finally trust that God is faithful. And that trust is opening the door to everything you prayed for in secret. In secret. Pause, and as that door opens gently, there is no rush inside you, no panic, no scrambling to catch up, just a deep, quiet knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Breathe. You're beginning to understand something. Now, God was never testing you to see how much you could endure. He was teaching you how to live from trust instead of tension. And that lesson is the greatest reward of all. Because now, whatever He adds to your life will not steal your peace. You don't need to announce what God is doing. You don't need to explain your growth. Those who are meant to understand will recognize it. Those who aren't don't need access to your process. This season is sacred, and you're honoring it quietly. There will be moments ahead when you look back and smile, not because the journey was easy, but because it was meaningful. You'll see how every hidden prayer strengthened you, how every unseen sacrifice refined you, will how every silent act of obedience positioned you. Nothing was random, nothing was wasted. God is not about to reward you in a way that overwhelms you. He is rewarding you in a way that sustains you, peace that stays, provision that fits, relationships that nourish, purpose that feels aligned. This is the fruit of faithfulness. Pause. You may notice that gratitude comes more easily now. Not forced gratitude, but natural appreciation. You're thankful for small moments, for quiet mornings, for steady breaths. That gratitude is a sign that your heart has healed, and healed hearts recognize blessings. Clearly, God has been gentle with you because He knows how deeply you feel. He knows how much you carry emotionally. That's why he took his time. That's why he protected you from shortcuts. That's why he asked you to stay faithful in secret. He was guarding your future joy. Breathe. You don't have to be afraid of what's coming. It will not demand more than you can give. It will not reopen old wounds. It will meet you where you are now, stronger, calmer, wiser. You are no longer trying to prove your worth. You know it. You no longer chase approval. You rest in acceptance. That inner security is the foundation of everything God is building. Next, as this message settles, take a moment, pause, let your shoulders relax, let your breath slow. You don't need to figure anything out right now. God is already ahead of you. If this message brought comfort, clarity, or quiet strength, you're welcome to stay connected here. You're welcome to return whenever. You need a reminder that God sees what's done in secret. And as you go, carry this truth with you. You were faithful when no one watched. You stayed obedient when it was hard. And God is faithful to reward what was given in love. Rest now. Peace is with you.